Daniel Sports Central, we go over our March Madness game preview and prediction on the Sweet 16 matchup between the Kansas State Wildcats and the Michigan State Spartans. Huge matchup for both teams coming up here in the Sweet 16. You got K-State. This is a team that, despite being a 3 seed in this tournament, definitely were faded a bit by many heading into this tournament. Many didn't expect Kansas State to make a very deep run, but here we are. Kansas State's in the Sweet 16. They've got a chance to advance on to the Elite Eight, but they're taking on Michigan State. Michigan State is a hot team right now. They are a 7 seed, but this team has had 2 outstanding wins so far in this tournament, and here they are with a chance to continue to advance in this tournament. So a huge one for both these teams in the Sweet 16. We'll be going over a full game preview and prediction on this match here today. Let's get started looking at your team trends. Kansas State beat Kentucky in what was an outstanding matchup, 75-69 being the final score. And I'll say this, Kansas State, you look at many experts, many were saying that Kentucky was going to beat Kansas State in that matchup, and that Kentucky was going to be the team to potentially make a deep run, at least in this region. But Kansas State was able to knock them off, and here they are, and they are in a good position, I would say, as we look forward to the Sweet 16. The East region is one, obviously, that had Purdue, but then they lost in the round of 64, and Duke was another one of the teams that some were considering to be one of the main favorites, but they lost to Tennessee. So now in this region, you got Florida Atlantic against Tennessee, and you got Kansas State against Michigan State. So it all comes down to this as we look forward to the later rounds of this tournament. But Kansas State 25-9 overall heading into this match. At Michigan State on the other side beat Marquette 69-60. A great win there, and Marquette being a team, kind of a dark horse in the East region, they get knocked off in the round of 32. And Michigan State is proving once again that this team is, when you got Tom Izzo, this is a really well-coached team. You can tell just based on how successful this team has and can be in March Madness tournaments. And so, Michigan State 21-12 heading into this matchup, 3 versus 7 as far as the seeds go in this matchup. Games be on Thursday, March 23rd, the first game to tip off of the Sweet 16. This is in Madison Square Garden in New York, and the tip-off is 6:30 p.m. Eastern. Spread's going Michigan State here by 2, so the lower seed is favored in this tournament. Kansas State once again seeing themselves as an underdog heading into this game. Over-unders 137.5. And if you look at the tournament runs, K-State beat Montana State in the first round 77-65. And obviously their win over Kentucky 75-69 in the second round. As for Michigan State, they beat USC 72-62, which a 7 versus 10 game is always one that could go either way, but Michigan State was able to get it done. And then obviously the win against Marquette by 9 in the round of 32. Your stat comparison, Kansas State averages 75 points a game, and they allow 69, and their BPI rank is 29. This is a team that is in the Big 12, and they've had a great season, truly a big standout season for Kansas State here. This team is especially known for their defense, but offensively, when you got Keontae Johnson and Marquise Noel, this team is this is an outstanding team all around, and a very balanced team for that matter. And if you look at Michigan State, this team is definitely stronger in one area, and that is offensively. When this team can hit their three-point shots, watch out, because this team can go on a run just like that, and suddenly you find yourself down 10 points, and it's tough to get back into it. But Michigan State's defense, I will say this, has been a bit vulnerable at points this season. So far in this tournament, it's looked good. This team only allowed 60 points against Marquette. Overall looked really good against USC. So I'll say this, I think this team's defense, as long as defensively they're playing well, sky's the limit for Michigan State. But this offense has been playing really well. They've been hot from the three-point line, and their three-point shots have been falling, which is a crucial thing for Michigan State when you're looking at this team and their success. But points per game, this team gets 70 defensively. They allow 67. And the BPI rank is 37 in comparison to Kansas State, so not too far behind. Your notable games, Kansas State this season split the series against Kansas and Texas. They swept Baylor, and they were 2-0 against them. They were 1-2 against TCU, and then 1-2 against Iowa State. Otherwise, this team did play West Virginia, split the series against them. They also beat Nevada by 9 and beat Oklahoma State twice. You look at Michigan State, this team got swept by Purdue, lost to them twice. They lost to Gonzaga by 1 at one point. That was a while ago, though. They lost to Alabama by 11, split the series against Indiana and Iowa. And they also beat Penn State by 9, who turned out to be a really solid team at the end of the season. And otherwise, they also lost to, we mentioned the loss to Alabama. They beat Kentucky by 9 at one point, also beat Maryland by 5. But they did lose to Illinois at one point by 9. Your key points, Kansas State 25-9. This team has got a strong defense, and they've been hot as well. This team offensively has been impressive. Against Kentucky, this team was able to score 75, and they were able to score at crucial points as well. I mean, Kentucky, they hung in there and really made it a close game, and it looked like Kentucky was gonna pull away there at some points, but Kansas State hung in there and pulled off the win in the end. And especially in crunch time, this team performed well, and that is a crucial thing in March Madness, is being able to perform well at the most crucial points of games. And K-State did exactly that. They put up 77 on Montana State, obviously first round game against Montana State, 14 seed, and they were impressive offensively there as well. But I mean, yeah, if you look at the main flaw of this team, it is the turnovers. We've seen that be a problem throughout the season, is this team's problem with turnovers. So that's something to keep in mind. And I mean, this team is quietly one of the main contenders. You look at the 3 seeds in this tournament, Baylor was definitely a team that some saw going a ways. Xavier was another one. I mean, Gonzaga was definitely the loudest of the 3 seeds to make to potentially make a deep run in this tournament. But Kansas State was kind of in the background there. I mean, even in the East region, you heard all the talk about Purdue and Duke especially, and even Michigan State, Marquette. But Kansas State as a 3 seed really didn't receive too much noise. And here we are. This team is in the Sweet 16, and they've got motivation here. This team is an underdog in this game, and they want to prove everyone wrong, and they're playing really well right now, their best ball of the season. But for Michigan State, this team is an excellent, consistent three-point shooting team. That's what this team is known for. When they're hitting their shots, once again, this team can beat anyone in the nation, and that's why this team's ceiling is so high, because they've got the capability to beat anyone. It's just a matter of whether or not their shots are falling, and right now they definitely are. And defensively, that's been the main issue this season, but so far, so good in this tournament. This team has been impressive defensively in this tournament. And once again, when the Spartans get hot, watch out, because I could see this team making a run. I mean, you look at the other side of the bracket, you got Florida Atlantic and Tennessee. The winner of that game plays the winner of this one, obviously. Honestly, the winner of this game, I'm going to favor in the Elite Eight. So this is a crucial game for both teams for a potential run to the Final Four. And that said, let's get the prediction here for Kansas State and Michigan State coming up here in the Sweet 16. First game to tip off, and it's a huge one. I'm going Michigan State. 74-67 is my predicted final score. This one is a tough one to pick. I like Kansas State a lot. They've played really well so far in this tournament. They were able to shut down Kentucky in the end and really play well in crunch time. They handled the pressure exactly how you're supposed to, and here they are. They're going to have motivation in this game. They're playing Michigan State. They're an underdog. They're going to want to win this game, but Michigan State, the way they're playing right now, defensively, it seems as if they're starting to get it figured out, which is huge, which is the main issue of this team all season. And I mean, their shots are falling. I like Michigan State a lot, and I'm going to go with the Spartans to win this game by 7. It's going to be close. It's going to be a great matchup, but give me the Spartans in the end to proceed on. I'm going to say 55% towards the Spartans. Once again, this is one that could go either way. But I'm gonna lean towards Michigan State here. I'm also taking the over and the Spartans to cover the spread in the end. But let me know your thoughts in the comments below on this matchup, and I appreciate you guys all watching as always. Stay tuned for more from All Sports Central. Catch you on the next one.